Good fucking God. So, this is a segment I've been very excited to introduce. So, as you might know, we did promise a lot of investment videos from the beginning. I've been heavily investing in a lot of sealed MTG products, and I like to call this segment Shady Asians. So, let's say you're like me, a guy working a normal job in a monkey suit, not proud of it, but you work a regular 9 to 5 job and you make a decent salary, hourly, whatever you make, and you just you're like wondering, should I just keep investing in something that I love playing? The answer is yes. So the ins and outs of MTG sometimes is very overwhelming, because when you really break it down, a lot of people like Alpha Investments, the channel like Rudy will break it down in terms of it's very overwhelming in how much he buys. But you can start off small. You can start off with 1 or 2 little baby steps at a time, like I have, and you can purchase sealed product at your own rate, depending on how much you can afford, because it's important to pace yourself. You pace yourself and really think about how much you can afford in a month or a week or a year, whatever. And really, it comes down to business. And what you really have to really understand in this process of purchasing, investing, is really exploit, is the best word I can think of, the 0% APR that most credit card companies offer you to have 0 interest on purchases, and they give you a credit line of, let's say 500, 1,000, 2,000, whatever you can afford, and they really make it so that, it's very tempting to buy a lot of things. And if you're like me, you buy a bunch of stupid shit. This doesn't help. But if you really break it down, I really have invested a lot in what I can afford in the MTG market, and really been just choosing little ins and outs of what I think will go up in price, how I get it. And you really have to be a price hunter. If you can't get a line on distributor prices, you really have to go online in most places like Amazon, eBay, and really just go headhunting. Even your LGS, you can make a deal with LGS, your LGS, sorry, and really think about how much you can afford, and really make a deal, haggle with them if you can, and really just get boxes maybe for a little below MSRP, and you just really can go from there, and just really use your credit cards all wisely. Wisely. If you quote me on that, remember I said wisely. And really control yourself with the Magic, and really have a keen eye. That's the most important part, of having a keen eye in purchasing sets that will go up. And I think with Magic sets, longevity is a key concept in actually producing profit in sealed product. So when you have certain products that, I'll dabble here and there, as it's not good to keep all your chickens in one basket, or eggs. Whichever one you prefer. But you really have to think about the long term, and thinking what will go up in 5 years. You get sets like Kaladesh, Ether Dump. You get awful sets like Battle for Zendikar, Oath of the Gatewatch, and people are sitting on those. And I think the only profitable ways that you actually look at it is you have to buy the pre-release kits, and even those are hit or miss, because the only enticing part are the lottery cards. So when you really break it down, it's really over the overall scheme of things, what set will go up. Because, you got cons, you got the fetch lands, you got Ixalan, which has a very broad scheme of things, but it's very difficult to decipher whether this set will mature well enough, because it does have the discount Gaia's Cradle, but overall it does have a well-balanced set. But due to Standard going on right now for the Pro Tour, the prices are very gouged up, because a lot of people will want to purchase those cards because the pros are using it. It's the strategies, whoever's in Standard. But when you really think about it, formats like Commander, Legacy, Modern are the really big hitters in what determines a set's longevity, the increase in prices, and you really have to gauge that and have a keen eye for that. And to invest, you really definitely need to know how to play the game. You have to love it, understand it, and better yet, be able to afford it. Because there's nothing worse than not being able to afford it and screwing yourself over investments. Now, you buy, like, I would definitely say stick with just regular sets and certain sets that you can't really predict. If you, like, I normally have a keen eye for, certain things like Theros block. Theros was a meh. Born of the Gods was, oh, good God. And then Oath, what was it? Not Oath of the Gatewatch. The Journey into Nyx. That one was decent. But compared to other sets, I really didn't think that anything was really worthwhile. I did pick up a case of Ixalan. I'm not picking up Palance, but I'm picking up, hashtag, beta investments. But I'm picking up, like, boxes and cases and, like, a small little, like, almost like a trust fund for myself in terms of, like, what we can do with the channel's investments. And, I recently went out and bought this, a case of Return to Ravnica, because, there's a lot of good staples like Chromatic Lantern. There's a lot of stuff like, different things. I can't really remember off the top of my head what cards are great. But other than that, it's just, you really have to understand the game, understand, the pricing, what sets will go up with the certain cards, determining what kind of things will get reprinted, and a lot of the times, it won't really do a lot to the price unless it's like Scalding Tarn, and then it completely diminishes the price margin. But at the same time, it's still a $53 card. So, and with time, it will mature. It's just a constant investment that's going to mature over value. So it's like you're putting money aside. So when you look at everyone who's investing, it looks great on the outside, but there's a lot of work involved. And I feel like a lot of people don't really understand that the scheme of things is it's not as black as white as most people think it is. It's a lot of grindy research, play testing, seeing what cards are great, understanding what to pick up at what time, and whether to pre-order, buy it right after, seeing how the set matures, and then really being able to just snipe them at good prices, because you never have to really go through investors. You don't have to go through distributors. You can just really just go through regular websites. For the everyday person like me and you, you really just have to have the drive to really want to invest in something like Magic, and it's a very patient game. This is not for the faint at heart. It's not really for anyone who's impatient. They can't wait, and they love opening MTG product. I do too, but I put a restraint because I love sitting on what I have, and it's really difficult not to open these, trust me. But once it matures, and you will minus, don't get me wrong, you will minus for the first couple investments, but once you get the ball rolling, as I said, baby steps. Once you get the ball rolling, it's really, you sell off a set, you keep the initial surplus of what you made off the profits, and then you reinvest the initial amount you put into that original investment back into a new set that you think will go up. So you keep a cycle going while initially taking in the surplus while reinvesting. So it's just getting to that point of just getting the ball rolling is what I mean. And with that, I mean, you really just gotta, it's very enjoyable. I personally enjoy investing, and you just really have to, I feel like playing the game as well is very important, because at least you understand what sets will be good. I feel like it offers you a better, more focused mind with how you can actually know when a set's gonna be great compared to a mess set. So playing is definitely helpful, and having the budget definitely helps, and really being able to not blur the lines between investments and your actual own collection is very important. And you want to stick around for the ride, watch me and Julian continuously invest, grow the channel. Please remember, subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. And yeah, we'll bring you more investment videos, our progress, and we'll see what we can do with you guys. Thanks for watching.